What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Diamond Talk Season 2, Episode 2. I am your co-host, Jeremy Horwath, and always, of course, beside me is the George Ryder, who you can follow at _George Ryder on Twitter, and myself at jhorwath11. Had to take a few weeks off, but we are back. Very excited to do it, of course, right after the Phillies' huge 9-game win streak came to an end last night, and now they're playing tonight right now against Miami. But before we get too far into it, George, how have you been, man? How you doing?
I've been great, man. We're back. The Phils are back. Joe G is not back. Things are definitely happy. Bryce Harper, RBI double. We're beating Miami. Everything is on the up and up. I'm very happy, very pleased.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of things are just going very well for the Phillies right now. A lot of players playing really well. We weren't even going live when Joe Girardi was fired. We haven't been able to react to anything yet. And now me and George finally can. So, George, first question is, how disappointed are you that we couldn't get to 10 games real quick? You know, how bad you want the double digits real quick?
Dude,
The thumper, man.
And it wasn't even like close. We got our asses kicked.
It was
We
bad.
got our asses beat. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. 9 in a row is very, very good. All good things do come to an end. And Dave, you're right. All good things come to an end. We just gotta stay hot. It's one game. Couldn't last forever, you know?
No.
And of course, as we're winning, the Braves are on their own fucking 10-game win streak. It's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. We win 9 games, we drop 1, and guess what? We're 500. So that's just like typical Phillies, you know. But everything's great. I'm very happy. This offense just looks incredible, dude. Like the one thing about this team, it's like if this offense is going, we're in every ball game, and we saw that. We saw that with the Stott walk off. They stick with it, and this lineup can stay in any game no matter what the score is. Which, when it comes to pitching, like obviously our starting pitching has been great. Our starting pitching's been good, man, and like so if we're all clicking on both ends, things are just going to be on the up and up. And obviously, the beginning of the year schedule was tougher. Now we're rolling into a schedule where it's not as tough. You know, we're getting a lot less competition. We didn't even get like a taste at the Nationals yet, dude. We have so many games against Washington. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. I feel like people are finally buying back into this team, which in the beginning we bought way in and we got our dreams crushed in a second. And now it's all back. It's like you fired Girardi, and obviously that doesn't fix everything. People love this. It isn't going to fix everything, blah, blah. It fixed a lot. It helped. Girardi was negative value the entire season. He in the last 3 years, it's just been god awful watching Joe Girardi manage his baseball team. And I think we're kind of on the same side as like managers don't mean a lot. I'm never too heavy on a manager, but Joe Girardi ruined that whole perspective for me. So like getting Tomper in here, it's great. I'm pleased. If they dropped the interim tag today, I wouldn't be mad. Like that is how happy I'm feeling right now. So everything is just kind of perfect right now.
Yeah.
But there are still question marks to go over.
Definitely.
Makes sense, obviously.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because we've already gone through a lot this season. I mean, the Phillies fans have gone through a lot over the past couple of seasons, but so far this year, it has been so much lower than we thought that we were going to be able to do this year. We thought we were going to be rolling in the beginning of the year. I remember our first episode after the first game, we were like, this team is special. And once they were 21 and 29, we're like, okay, what is going on right now? Like, what is actually happening? And I guess just a change at manager is really what needed to be done. And I get it, like some guys are just getting hot at the right times, but when you had Joe Girardi there, I mean, Nick Castellanos said he might have spoken to Joe Girardi once or twice since he's been there this year. How does that happen?
What?
George, imagine the job you're working right now, and you are working there for a solid 3 months, and you speak to your boss once the entire time. That's insane. Like that should not be happening. So that was just crazy to me. And you just see Joe Girardi in the dugout the entire time. He's just just sitting there. He's not doing anything. And I get it. Like, it's a group of grown men. They should be able to hype up themselves and do whatever and stay motivated. I'm sorry, but it's a long season and you're doing a lot. And there's a lot of stress on your back. I mean, you just need something to pick you up. Thompson just seems to just be able to do that. It's a new look. He's doing just something a lot different. Joe Girardi did nothing to provide for this team. Yeah, he's supposed to make lineups and make the right decisions for when the pitchers for pitching decisions and for changes, defensive substitutions. And then other than that, you really just keep on your team, trying to help in any way you could. And it seems like Joe Girardi wasn't doing that at all. It seemed like he didn't even try to. He didn't seem happy in his position at all. When we first got Joe Girardi, I was the biggest supporter. I was defending him this year. 10 games before he got fired, I was still defending him. Not as much as I was before, but he was still a guy where I was like, okay, like, let's just chill out a little bit. Like, I still trust Girardi. By the time he was ready to get fired, I was, get him out of here, man. I was so done with Joe Girardi. And obviously, as you can already see, it was the right decision right after you got fired. 9-game win streak like that, and the offense has just started to explode like we've been waiting for them to see all season. This is what we expected out of this offense the entire time, and finally they're starting to put it together, and we're seeing times where guys aren't playing as hot and the other guys are stepping up, just like what we talked about before. Not everyone has to be on fire at the same time. Sure, it's great if they do, but say right now, Schwarber is going absolutely nuts. But if he falls off a little bit, we're fine because everyone else is playing so damn well. The odds that all of them are going to go cold at the same time again is not going to happen again. It is not going to happen. And this team offensively will be exploding for the rest of the season. I have no doubt in my mind. The starting pitching is playing so much well. The bullpen is picking up. It's all just coming together and what we expected. So as long as we keep it up this well, you said it earlier on just a couple minutes ago, this schedule is a lot easier than the first part of this season. It is so much easier. You're going up against the NL Central and the Nationals and Marlins. 60 of our games are against them. That's insane. You're talking about the Cubs, Pirates, Reds, Marlins, and Nats. 60 games.
Yep. Dude, that's exactly what that's why I'm so high. I think that's why I'm so high. Like, I love this offense, man. But this schedule coming up, just, it opens your eyes. After winning 9 in a row too. And like, kind of like going back to what you're saying about Girardi, like, I feel like after firing Girardi, you have like a probably like a 2-month window, maybe 3, where it's like, okay, we're gonna figure out, was it the manager? Is it the players? Was it a little bit of both? 9 games in, and I'm already like, all right.
Yeah, you're convinced.
It was the manager. It was the manager. Yeah. Like, it's not even that they're hot. You look around the dugout, and they're having so much fun, man. Like,
yeah, they are.
Thompson trusts the young guys. I love getting young guys in the mix. I like having Stott in the lineup. I like having Moniak in the lineup. Stott's been picking up like crazy recently, which is so awesome to see, man. Like,
yep.
It's going to be a conversation when Gene comes back and all, but that's not a bad conversation to have. It's it's
a good problem.
Exactly. We're in a good situation. And like you were saying with the hot lineup, like, you got Odubel hitting, you got Stott picking it up. You got guys in there like Moniak, who have not really been great. He's been bad, but he can pick it up. Like, you're looking at young guys do it all over the league right now. And you need a little bit of time to adjust. Stott needed the time to adjust this year, and now look at him. He looks great. Watching him hit the ball is great, and he's calm at the plate. He makes the right decisions. It's just, everything is kind of clicking about this team. And no, like, first of all, you're not gonna get anything for Odubel, and like, he is. I'm not a big Odubel the person fan, but he's been completely fine on the field, and he's not making dumb mistakes. He's doing better base running. He's doing better fielding. He's hitting the ball, and you're not trading Reese. Come on. And we're talking about the Reese Hoskins that has been batting like 400 over the last few weeks. Like,
yeah, that's actually what I've put up right now. I wanted you to hear these last 7 games of Reese Hoskins. By the way, we now will have a Reese Hoskins conversation later on in this show. But Reese Hoskins, in his last 7 games, he has 27 at-bats. He's batting .333, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs, 6 runs, and 9 hits. They're absolutely insane over these past 7 games,
That
which is
ninth
great.
game, that ninth game against the D-backs, he had like a double in his first or second at bat, and it was like, oh, that's 3 extra base hits in his last 5 at bats. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he's on fire. He had 2
Right.
home runs. He had 2 home runs in the one game. He's
And
on fire.
but the thing is, that's what you're gonna see out of Rhys Hoskins. The dude gets really cold, really hot, and then he gets really cold after. We have not seen him do it for a long spurt of time at
Yep.
all whatsoever. The longest he's ever been hot, or at least good, was his rookie year when he hit 18 homers in what was it, like 50 games he did it in.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely
insane.
insane. Yeah, which was insane. But that's what we see out of Rhys Hoskins. We'll just get into the Rhys Hoskins conversation now. I wasn't really planning on having one, and I get it. Like, you might not want to trade him because there probably isn't a better option right now to put at first base. But right now, Hoskins, if he's ever at a high trade value, I've never been a Hoskins guy. Never.
Okay.
I don't hate Rhys Hoskins by
No,
any means, but
yeah,
he's a little bit too streaky for my liking. Like, he's like
very streaky, man.
very streaky,
Yeah.
and it scares me because it gets down to a line where it's like, okay, well, what happens when it happens at the end of the season? We need a playoff run, or what happens when we're in the playoffs and the dude goes 0 for 35 again? Not many players go 0 for 35, and I get it. Mike Trout damn near did it. But my God, we're not going to have that conversation because Mike Trout is top 2 in MVP every year besides one in his entire career. So we're not going to have that conversation.
Can't play in Philly though.
No, yeah, that's for sure.
He's too
That's
scared.
for sure. And then, but yeah, Rhys Hoskins, if he's at a high trade value, I've been trying to trade. I've been wanting to trade Hoskins for years, for like a long time. I remember doing podcasts back in like 2019 and 2020 saying we should be trading Hoskins whenever he's at his highest value. I'm just not a big Hoskins guy. But
you must have loved that Carlos Santana signing.
Oh, dude. I like Santana, but I hated the money. All right.
Yeah.
But give me your thoughts on the possibility of a Rhys Hoskins trade, and I'm guessing why you wouldn't want to trade him.
Yeah, this season, no. Yeah, I guess it comes down to one of the big reasons is who you're gonna put there.
Yeah.
You want to put Bohm there? Like, I don't.
I mean, think about it. If you put Bohm at first, then you could play Stott at third base all the time and Jeans at second.
Yeah,
there's stuff to do, man.
It's true. And Didi's been on, man. He's been on.
He has been.
He's been really good, dude. He's been making plays like it's crazy. But no, you're right. Like, Hoskins is literally a roller coaster at the plate kind of guy. Like, he'll go on a stretch where he's super hot and he's batting over 300. He's batting 400 in like 2 weeks, blah, blah. Then he goes cold. But that's kind of been Rhys's whole career, right? Yeah. Like, at this point, you want to trade him, you're kind of yelling out sellers. I mean, at this point, like, there's the only reason to trade Rhys is if you're trading for another first baseman. And I just don't see that happening. I get it. He's very streaky. Like, yeah, he is. And I don't think he's the first baseman of like the future. I don't think after his contract he's going to be.
Well, that's the thing. He only has one more year after this, correct?
Yep. And I don't think he's going to sign like a full. I don't think you're going to give him like 4 years or whatever. I don't think that's a possibility. But just kind of like a personal standpoint. Imagine trading him at this part of the year, like, kind of fucks up the chemistry a little bit. Rhys is like, I get Rhys. He's not one of your top players. He obviously is a big part of the top of the lineup. He is. He's not one of your top 3 guys if you're ranking your best players on this team.
Right.
But he is one of the hearts of this squad.
That's like, true. He's a big locker room guy.
He has been here. He's been here before Bryce, which is like, just thinking about it, like that core of a group. It's like he was like one of those guys, even though he was a young voice, like he is a part of that big culture, if you want to call it a culture thing. But I just think that fucks up chemistry. And I'm not a Rhys hater. You're not a Rhys hater.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Hater. I know that, but I can't trade him this year. Maybe if you explore options next year, we'll see how the season goes on. We'll see how the playoffs go. But I can't trade Rhys.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But
guys, I'm looking. If you can get a Frankie Montez in here, if you can get like a solid bullpen arm.
You are reading my mind, because my question to you was going to be is if we can get a nice maybe 2 or 3 starting rotation kind of guy for Rhys Hoskins, probably with a package too. It wouldn't just be Rhys for Frankie. But if we involve Rhys in that kind of trade and we get someone like Frankie Montas,
yeah, no, that would be huge.
It makes you think, okay.
Because it also feeds off of like the Ranger conversation, and it also feeds off of all that. And like, do you trust Gibby being that 4, which Gibby's scary as shit. Like, let's be honest, he's a very scary guy. It's like he goes in the fetal position when he gets runners on base, and that's not fun. It's not fun to watch. So, dude, Frankie Montas is like a dream. Like, that's top of the bucket list.
That.
Frankie Montas. I couldn't imagine. That would I would. So yeah, I would consider that, definitely.
But so that's kind of the trade that I'd want for Rhys Hoskins. I wouldn't want to just give him away for some prospects or something that. So I guess that's kind of where we do come to a understanding, and kind of where we can kind of agree upon is that we want someone that's going to be at least a good starter, or someone that is going to be beneficial to this team now, not in the future. I want someone now for Rhys Hoskins. So I guess that kind of proves my point of where I want it to be with a Rhys Hoskins trade.
Yep.
Again, don't hate the guy, not at all. He's a really big part of this team. Dude, he's always hype in the dugout too. Always. You even see in the intro we have Rhys Hoskins is screaming his lungs off in that intro. Yeah, it's just absolutely insane.
You see Harper the other game feeding them blueberries?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, dude, this team they're fun, man. Like, that dugout is electric. The young guys are like such a big energy. Like, watching them win and hit, and in the dugout, they look so fun. And it's weird because that's how it should be, but I feel like we have not seen that all season. All season. It's like a Girardi handcuff. Like, it was. I'll never forget the Joe Girardi era. Like, I will never ever forget it. I will be 60 years old, and my grandkids are gonna be like, "Who's like the best and worst manager in Phillies history?" And I'll be like, "Dude, Joe Girardi." Whew. They're gonna get a whole rundown.
Joe Girardi the worst, and Rob Thompson's the best.
You're gonna get a rundown on how he let go of Gabe, but it somehow set us up for Rob, who brought us 4 World Series. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
I love the future conversation talks. Oh God. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of our point with the Rhys Hoskins trade. Go to question by you, Nick, because that is very much something that a lot of people aren't really talking about, but something that could be happening. Who really knows?
It's in the past, man. That's been discussed.
Yeah, it has been. It has been a lot. But that kind of leads to our next point when talking about not really trade wise, but just some roster moves. Ranger Suarez we'll just say has just been struggling. Not pitching the way he was last year. He attacked guys last year. He was going right for them, and it worked out well. As we saw, he had a sub-2 ERA last year. Again, limited innings, but still pitched extremely well last season. Was incredible. This year, at least to me and George, lowered our expectations than a lot of people. A lot of people want him to be like a superstar he's supposed to be. Me and George were content with him being a nice 4 or 5 starter.
That's all.
And what I'm seeing now is Ranger has been getting a lot of hate recently. He's been walking a lot. I get it. He hasn't been pitching to where a lot of people thought he would be. But the Ranger that we've seen, this is better than the Ranger we've seen before last year. Before last year, Ranger was bad. Very, very bad. We were lucky to have Ranger last year pitch the way he did. And I don't want to say he never will, but he most likely will never pitch the way he did last year. Just not the player he's ever been, or probably not the player he will ever be again. We always looked at him as possibly being a 4 or 5 starter. Right now, with the stats he has right now, he's a good 5 starter. Right? He has a 4.4 ERA, which I get isn't great, but for a 5, you're looking at guys in the 5 spot with a 5 ERA, a 6 ERA. And that's not even exaggerating. Right now, some teams would like to have Ranger at a 3 spot right now. And right now he's pitching at a decent 5, which is what we're expecting. We're not paying him to be any better than that. And we probably never should have expected him to be any better than that. We would like him to, and all that'd be great. But I don't think it's fair to expect Ranger to pitch much better than he did now, because other than for half a season, he's never done that before. He's never pitched better than right now, except for half a season last year. I think what Ranger's doing, yeah, not great. But 4 or 5, I'm happy with Ranger. We were on a 9-game win streak, and all of our starting pitchers were doing really well. And our number 5 guy was the one that let us down. We can't expect to have that 2011 rotation where we have 5 aces on the damn team. That I don't know if that's where a lot of hate's coming from, because a lot of guys just want everyone to come out there and do that. Ranger went 4 innings last game, 4 1/3, I think it was. A lot of 5s do that. That's all I'm gonna say. And I get it, we still want more out of that, but Ranger's just fine. If he was supposed to be our 2 or 3, if Aaron Nola was doing what Ranger Suarez is doing right now, I'm ripping him to shreds, because he's supposed to play better than that. In my eyes, Ranger was never supposed to play any better than he's doing right now. In my opinion. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah.
And right now, who do we really have to be that 5th starter if we really wanted him to, either whether you want to trade him or move him to the bullpen or whatever you want to do with him? Who do we have that's going to be pitching better than a 4.4 ERA right now? I don't really know who we're going to call up, but George, let me hear your opinion on Ranger Suarez. Maybe I don't know. I've just seen a lot of, I don't know if I want to say hate, but a lot of concern with Ranger Suarez, and I get it, but he had half a good year. That's his career.
I get, yeah. I mean, that 1.5 ERA season, that's not going to happen.
Never again.
It might happen in the bullpen for an entire year. You're not going to get that at the start of the whole year.
No,
but in the
never.
bullpen, half the season last year, he was incredible. And then you put him in the starting rotation, and he just excels. He keeps going. Now, I know going into this year, a lot of people were very high on Ranger. We really weren't. I like Ranger, just like you said. Like I do like Ranger. I think he's a solid bottom of the rotation guy. He hasn't looked good, which it sucks. It sucks because his fastball looks off, his command looks off. His last few games, he's the type of guy where I want 5 solid innings out of him, right?
I get that.
Bryson Stott, or no, Moniak single. Okay, yeah, I want 5 solid innings out of him. The last few starts, 4 1/3, 7, 4 1/3, 4 1/3, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4 2/3, 5, 2 2/3. It's like
it's all over the place, yeah.
Very all over the place, just all over the place. I would love a consistent 5-6 innings. Like, give me something. Don't put us in the shitter. Don't let up 6 runs and we're good. I think the biggest question is, like, do we trust him more as a starter in the bullpen? I think that's easy. I trust him more in the bullpen. The other question then is, like, okay, but who are you replacing him with? And you could replace him with Bailey Falter. I do like Bailey Falter. I think he can give you 5 solid innings. And I think Ranger benefits you a lot in the bullpen, but I'm not ready to go there. I'm not. Like, I want a few games. I want a few more games out of Ranger. I want to see what he can do, because we got a long season ahead of us. Like,
yeah.
And I'd much rather see Ranger a few more times, even though if they do make the move to Falter, whatever, I'm not going to knock him. I do still have that hope in Ranger where he can be that solid 4 or 5 starter and we'll be okay. Because then we go into the playoffs, and what happens? We put Ranger in the bullpen, right? Yeah. We're going to the playoffs with 4 starters. All right. So Ranger will eventually be in the bullpen, because I don't think he's taking over Gibson unless, I don't know if you do. I don't think. I'm not a big Gibson guy, but Gibson I'd rather have Gibson on the mound for a playoff game than Ranger.
As of right now, yeah.
As of right now, yeah. I'd rather have Ranger in the bullpen, because I think he gives you solid innings. So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And do I think that we're going to trade for a starter at the deadline? Maybe. Unless it's like a splash starter. I don't know. I don't want to go out and get just a subpar guy that,
right.
I don't want to go in the bullpen and get like a freaking subpar Workman, freaking Ian Kennedy type move that we've made. I want to go get somebody established. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I keep Ranger in. Let him pitch. See what happens, because Bailey Falter he's still there. Like you can use Bailey Falter whenever you want. He can give you 5 innings. Hopefully, that's the goal. So as of right now, that's kind of my stance on Ranger. We weren't very. I know a lot of people are like this. He can be the 2. He can be the 3.
A lot of people probably put him at the 3 spot. Some people did put him above Nola though, which was insane to me.
Yeah, they put him in the 2. I never saw it. I don't know. But hey man, maybe he picks it up. That season last year was incredible, man. Like nobody expected that. That was insane.
Yeah. I mean, so what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at Ranger Suarez stats right now. And right now he's at 59 and a third innings. He has a why can't I find it? Jeez. He has a 1.5 whip, which is a little bit higher, is definitely on the higher side. He's a 4.4 ERA. His FIP is at a 4.17. And the thing is, he's lost a lot of command. Last year in 106 innings, he only walked 33 batters, which is insane. And so far through 59 innings, he has 26 walks right now. So that puts his walk. Yeah,
speaks volume. That speaks volume.
No, definitely. Which with right now, right now you see his walk per 9 is at a 3.9, and the year before was at a 2.8, which is great. But when you look at his seasons prior, I mean, this is again 2020. We're not even going to count. He only had 4 innings, which was terrible. Nine runs let up and 4 innings. Again, obviously terrible. But the year before that, in 48 innings, he had a 3.89 FIP, which is a little bit lower than right now. And the year before that, in his rookie year, he had 5.49 FIP with a 5.4 ERA. So again, that's the player that we probably should be expecting out of Ranger Suarez, and he's playing better than he has prior. And when you look at another guy, I'm just going to compare him a little bit to someone that might say for the Mets, Tyler McGill, who might be their 5 right now in their rotation. He's at least later on in there. He's at 38 innings. He's a 4.5 ERA, and the Mets are there leading the division for them right now. But he has a 4.5 ERA. His whip is at a 1.2, so it's a little bit lower. But again, they're pitching so similarly to number 5 guys. And again, I'm just trying to prove that Ranger Suarez, that's where he should be at a number 5. He's playing at where number 5 should be, and nothing more or nothing less. And I'm content with that. And I think a lot of people should be more content with that. We can't keep on going back and remember when Roy Oswalt was our 5 or Joe Blanton was our 5. Like we can't do that, man. Like that's never going to happen again. We're not ever going to see that team happen again with 5 aces on one damn team. We have 1. Okay. And maybe 2. And
we got 1.
It's a no, but it was debatable before, not anymore, but it was debatable. But yeah, so the whole Ranger conversation, I'm hoping, again, I would love to see more out of him. If our number 5 guy could pitch better, that's great. He's a good number 5. Like we should be happy. Like, we should be happy right now. I think we should be happy that with what Ranger Suarez is doing. That's my opinion at this point.
Yeah, I'll say I'm okay with it.
Content.
I'm not gonna go with. I'm not going. Yeah, content maybe could be a word.
Yeah,
that could be a word.
I think that's where we're gonna be at. Let's get into someone that's hot. Kyle Schwarber in the month of June.
Dynamite.
Man, talk about someone getting hate. Oh, a lot of people hated on.
A lot of people hated.
George, how about Jason, huh?
Oh, dude.
I saw your guys' conversation. You and Jason going a little bit back and forth.
Yeah,
Kyle Schwarber. Actually, pull that up. You and him going a little bit back and forth in the group chat. And we're gonna have to get Jason on soon to hear this conversation. I want to hear you and Jason go off a little bit about some Phillies baseball.
When I get a few drinks in me, and you're on the wrong side of a debate for the Phillies with me, I will state my opinion hard. I will be emotionally invested. And the Marlins just tied the game in the 5th. Back-to-back doubles to start the inning. Not great. Sorry. But yeah, Kyle Schwarber. Dude, it's ridiculous watching him hit the ball with just effortless power.
It's crazy.
The ball flies off of his bat, and like the one thing that it was like getting Kyle Schwarber, it's like his power at CBP cannot be like talked about enough. Like this is going to be insane. And the beginning of the year, it was tough, and he got a lot of hate, and rightfully so. And I get the Kyle Schwarber hate to an extent. I've always kind of been a big Kyle Schwarber guy. I like the power numbers. I like that you get on base. I don't care if you hit 210. If you're leading the NL in homers and you're getting on base, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, he was hitting 150.
Yeah.
He just got above 200. He just got above it, which is good. And I love it.
Now he's
and I like how you said that Schwarber got hate. I hate using the word hate.
But
he got talked about. He got talked about because he wasn't playing well, which is what's supposed to happen.
Especially in Philly.
Yeah, because he did deserve it, which is fine. No one's like literally hating Kyle Schwarber. I don't think that was happening. But he was being told about how he was playing bad. That's what happens in Philly. And I like that he picked himself up and he came back in the month of June and he's balling out. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's not betting. You know what's crazy? Kyle Schwarber has a 208 batting average, which I am not a big guy on batting average. I know you are not as well. I'm not a huge batting average kind of guy. But he's a 208 batting average and he has an OPS over 800.
Yeah.
Look, where I put OPS, if you have an 800 OPS, you're a good player. Yes. This guy is an 800 OPS while with having a 208 batting average.
Yes.
That is absolutely insane. Okay. That is insane. So Kyle Schwarber's been playing extremely well. Right now, Kyle Schwarber's numbers, oh man, 16 home runs, 34 RBIs with a 208 average, 327 on base percentage, which means he's been walked 36 times already this year, 276 strikeouts. He has 76 strikeouts, which good bit. 476 slugging and an 803 OPS, which is only on the way up. This guy has been picking it up like crazy. And what I kind of wanted to talk about was before the year started, I was on John Jansen's show, and he asked me, will Kyle Schwarber break 40 home runs this year? And do I think he can lead the league in home runs? I don't know why. I said no. I didn't. For some reason, and I know it because I was saying I was like Kyle Schwarber's gonna be leading off. He's playing in a hitter-friendly park, but for some reason, I'm gonna say no. Boy, was I wrong. I wish because we were on his gambling show. I wish I would have put some money on it, put a little sprinkle on it. No, for some reason, I was like, no, I don't think he will. I just had a feeling about Schwarber. I love Kyle Schwarber, always have, and this guy has picked it up like crazy. He's fun to watch, and I kind of get your take on this. We brought him in. At least my thought to bring him in was to be our leadoff hitter. Do you see Kyle Schwarber being our leadoff hitter, or do you like him lower in the lineup?
I like him at leadoff. I kind of like. I don't know. I don't think it's just me kind of sticking to what I thought in the beginning, because bringing him in, that was one of the arguments where like us and DSM would talk about Schwarber, because I feel like there's a side of us that's not too big on Schwarber, and there's a side that's like big on Schwarber. So it makes it like fun. And it was like you bring in a guy where your biggest struggle the last few seasons was the leadoff spot, and now you're bringing in one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball. Like it's just kind of a no-brainer. And I just looking at the lineup, just kind of the shape of it. Yeah, Schwarber makes sense up top. He does, because as you go down, I don't know where do you want to put him and who do you want to lead off. That's the question. And I don't. You look at this lineup. I need Bryce to be in that RBI spot. I want Costi deep too in that RBI spot. And Schwarber just kind of fits perfectly at the top of the lineup. As you wrap around, you have to face Schwarber, you got to face Bryce, you got to face Nick, you got to face Reese, you got to face JT, which we can get into JT, but
JT.
JT sucks, and but yeah, I just think Schwarber at the leadoff's perfect. I don't want to mess with that. And it was funny because in the beginning of the year, I was probably like what 6, 7, 8 to 10 games in. You got Joe G fucking with the lineup and putting Schwarber fifth, and it's
That
like
happened after the first 10 games, and I defended it.
10. Yeah, it just I remember being so mad. I was like, you get this guy to be your leadoff hitter, and you're moving him fifth already. Just so yeah, I thoroughly want him in the leadoff spot. I think he's a perfect leadoff hitter for us. He'll be cold, but it'll be really hot too.
Yeah.
Like before he got hurt, on the Nationals, yeah, he was leading the league in leadoff homers, and it was not even close. It was like every
Yeah.
other at bat was just a bomb, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh my god. So I think he's a perfect leadoff guy, and he's actually about to lead off this inning. So hopefully he rips one because we're talking about it.
Hey, I love it. I love Schwarber at the leadoff spot. I really do. And when we say Kyle's, in my eyes, Schwarber is never, I don't say he's not really cold. Yeah, he might not be hitting his homers. He's different from Hoskins when I think of them as streaky, because Schwarber is a streaky power hitter.
Yeah.
Schwarber, no matter what, is still going to have a high on base percentage throughout the entire year because he's at least forming good at bats. He's getting walked. He's finding a way to get on base. Even if he does go 0 for 20, he's getting walked damn near half those times as well. Rhys Hoskins, on the other hand, he's just going 0 for 35, and I'm worried about Hoskins all the time. They're different streaky hitters. Schwarber can still maintain 800 OPS while still playing bad, which is insane to me. That's just how good of a hitter that you truly are. And that's why I love Kyle Schwarber.
That's the thing.
Stop it.
Double off the wall. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a single today.
Oh, Kyle Schwarber, man. It's continuing. It is of course, hit off the wall, man.
He's so fun. Yeah, exactly. Like, just like that. If you're watching this game, it's effortless power, man. He rips the cover off the ball. Like 115 exit velocity, 115 miles an hour off the wall.
Wow.
That is effortless power. That's Bryce Harper-esque. It's fucking ridiculous. I respect everybody's opinion. I just think if you don't like Kyle Schwarber, you're an idiot.
Jason, you're getting on the show next week.
I can't I do get the points where it's like I want a guy that can hit the ball consistently. I much rather have a guy that can get on base consistently. I like the point of baseball is to get on base. And
I don't care if you're hitting a single or getting walked.
That's what it is. Like, and that's why the strikeout numbers, like you point out Schwarber's strikeout numbers. It's like, look at the end of the season, look at the top 10 in strikeouts every year. It's Tatis, it's Harper, it's every big guy that tries to hit the ball. And it's like, that's just how it is, man. Strikeouts happen. And whether it's a strikeout or a ground out, it doesn't matter to me. You know, you didn't get on base, it doesn't matter. So I love Kyle Schwarber, man. I think Kyle Schwarber is a perfect leadoff hitter. And yeah, something like that just shows it. Dude, watching him hit the ball is awesome. He destroys that thing. It's like getting him and Nick, it's just been a blessing. And hopefully, obviously, Nick has been off. Yeah, it really hasn't been great at the plate this year. But that's just the type of guy that I don't care. I'm not worried about that at all. He'll be fine. It's just like,
because he will pick it up.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. It's cool to go into games and think like we're gonna win this game, or you're in the 7th inning down 1, and it's like, oh, we can easily still win this game.
Yeah.
The last few years, it's like we're waiting for how we're gonna lose, and now we're waiting on how we're gonna win. It's just the vibes are definitely different, and I couldn't be happier right now. I think it's awesome. And Kyle Schwarber in June, I wish every month was June. Oh my God.
Facts. Yeah, and we have talked about all these different hitters on this amazing Phillies team, but damn, we haven't talked about the reigning MVP, the possibly back-to-back MVP, the guy that has, what is it? A torn, what does he have?
UCL.
A torn UCL.
And he's still hitting
and he's
bombs.
playing at an MVP caliber. Bryce Harper has been playing. I don't even magnificent is the word I'm going to use for Bryce Harper.
I think it's a good word.
Bryce Harper is the best damn player in baseball right now.
He's the best player in the world. He's the best hitter in the entire world.
I don't care what anyone says. Bryce Harper is incredible. He is so good. And he just continues to just absolutely dominate. The guy right now who's been having probably even a better June than damn Kyle Schwarber. He's at that damn level. I know at some point it was like in his last 6 games, he has 5 homers. It's like, what is going on? So Bryce Harper right now, looking at his numbers right now, he has a 316 batting average, a 371 on base percentage, a league leading
377 now today.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not counting through today. If you do you have the numbers through today? If you have the numbers through today, I wrote this down.
I actually do because MLB updates.
No, go ahead. I wrote mine down before. I forgot the idea.
Dude, just seeing his OPS just makes me smile. It's ridiculous. Bryce Harper's batting 319, which is insane, and it kind of just I didn't even know that he was hitting. I knew he was hitting that well, but seeing him well over 300 is what the hell?
Yeah.
Bat 319 with a 377 on base percentage. His OPS 1.011. It's insane, man. And that was his OPS pretty much last year winning MVP. He batted 309, 429, which dude, 429 on base,
that's insane.
He could have batted 220. I don't care. You're getting on base.
Seriously.
Holy crap. And yeah, I mean, Bryce Harper right now is just ridiculous. He has 15 homers. That's one behind Schwarber, his teammate, who I think leads the NL right now. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Do you want to hear this? You want to hear this really cool Bryce Harper stat?
I do.
All right. Bryce Harper over his last 162 games played, right?
Oh my God.
Bryce Harper's batting 312, 412, 631. That's his slash line with 119 runs, 55 doubles, 2 triples, 42 home runs, 114 RBIs, and 16 stolen bases over his last 162. That is an easy MVP season.
That's best. That is the best player in the world numbers right there.
It's ridiculous.
That's insanity.
It's insanity. I know. And as we all know, we're blessed and we're witnessing one of the greatest Phillies of all time is going to be. That's just kind of what I've been thinking recently is just watching the games, just enjoy it because one day this is all going to be over and we're all going to be at Cooperstown watching him get inducted into the Hall of Fame with the Phillies cap on. It's going to be incredible. Yeah. We're all going to be there. We're all going. I mean, come on. We have to be there.
Oh yeah. Do you remember the last time a Philly has won a back-to-back MVP?
The last time? Back-to-back MVP. We're not talking. We're talking about the same player winning back-to-back?
Same player winning back-to-back.
Okay, because I was thinking.
No, yeah, not the Rollins Howard thing. No. Back-to-back same player. It's happened once in Phillies history. Who's done it?
Mike Schmidt.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only option.
1980 and 1981. That was the last time a Philly has won back-to-back MVPs. And he also won it in 86. Absolute GOAT. But yeah, it has been 42 years since that's happened. Which, I mean, not many teams really get that anyway, but that's the kind of caliber player we're looking at. We're looking at a Mike Schmidt caliber player, and that's what Bryce Harper is. I want to ask you this. Is Bryce Harper a better Philly than Ryan Howard? Okay, so we pretty much had Harper for about 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Just about. Is his 4-year stretch better than Howard's 4-year stretch from 06 to 09?
You're talking about
54 home run year, batting.
You're talking about when he had 49, 50, and 51 in this. Oh.
But isn't it insane? He's right there because they're different hitters. Look, Bryce Harper, when Bryce Harper's up to bat, pitchers are afraid to pitch to Bryce Harper, not only because of the chance of a home run ball, but because this guy's hitting a double off you at least, no matter and that's what you're terrified of because he's at least getting on base. Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Howard, people were scared of just the home run ball. You could strike out Howard all the time. He's going to bat 240, 250, and he's only going to hit homers. That's what Howard was known for, which was great. Love Ryan Howard. Bryce Harper's 4-year stretch was better than Ryan Howard's 4-year stretch in my eyes. Bryce Harper had over 1,000 had over 1,000 OPS. He's carried this team for 4 years with no one next to him, and he's still putting up these insane numbers. I like Harper's 4-year stretch, not taking anything away from Ryan Howard's, but that's what we're witnessing. When that whole Ryan Howard thing was happening, people were witnessing history. That's what we're witnessing right now with Bryce Harper. This is a 4-year stretch that we will never forget with Bryce Harper. And guess what? It's not going to stop after just 4 years. It's not. That's what Bryce Harper is all about. He's going to keep on shooting even better for the next couple of years until he gets to an older age. Right now, I'm taking Bryce Harper's 4-year stretch over Ryan Howard's. Which is insane to say.
I think I am too. Like, think of it this way: if you got a franchise right now, and you can pick one of those 4-year stretches, dude. Like, Harper is the best hitter in baseball. Like, legitimately, the best hitter.
Sorry, you just got to meet. Harper's the best hitter.
Yeah,
Howard's the better power hitter. But Harper is the better hitter.
Yeah.
Harper may be the best hitter in baseball.
And Harper's power is fucking insane.
It's still insane.
It's like he'll go oppo, and it's like it looks effortless, and it's like oppo. It's crazy because like he goes oppo all the time, and it's like that's how you know this man's power is insane. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'd go Harper, which is crazy to say. We're like that's the thing. We're never gonna see. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we will. Who knows? Well, like, it'll never feel the same as like Utley, Rollins, Howard.
Yeah,
having them and coming up with them and getting a World Series with them and being a top fucking team in the league with them. But Harper is in the category of like he's gonna be a top 2 Philly of all time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like he's gonna be a top 2, top 3 Philly of all time. If this like we're gonna see every milestone of his career now coming up. Every single milestone. Like, and it's gonna be historic. He's gonna end like I'm not even biased. Like he's gonna be one of the best players to ever play the game.
Bryce Harper will have a statue in Citizens Bank Park in 15 years.
Yes. He's going
to have a statue
where the Phillies pee on his cap and hopefully a World Series ring on his finger because he's got. That's the thing now. Like he has the MVP, and now we're good. Like, did you ever like? I love Bryce Harper, man. Getting Bryce Harper, we all knew what we were getting, and we all knew this was going to be fucking legendary. I didn't expect to get an MVP. I didn't expect to get an MVP from Harper.
No,
I did not expect. Nope.
If Harper didn't win an MVP, I would have been pissed. If he never won an MVP with us, I'm sorry, I would have been pissed. I expected every second of it. If it didn't happen, I would have been pissed. But I understand what you mean, though. He still exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, for sure. And he's probably on pace right now. Like, the thing about it is he's not in the field. If he was in the field, he'd be in first place for MVP voting right now.
Yeah. Easily.
But he's strictly DH right now, so it's like I can't really do that, which kind of sucks. But it's okay.
If Harper retired today with say he had a World Series ring and he retired today, is he a Hall of Famer? It's early, I know. He is 29 years old. Let me just say that. Let me just bring out his career stat lines.
Yeah,
281 average over his career. 391 on base, 529 slugging with a 919 OPS and a 144 OPS plus. He has 1,340 hits, 289 doubles, 282 homers, 795 RBIs. Is he a Hall of Famer? If he had a ring. If he didn't have a ring, you probably can't. But
he's see, I want to say yes. He's just so young, and like because dude, think about it. He's on pace for 500 homers easy right now. Like we're probably gonna see 500 homers from him. Like we're gonna see his 500th homer, and it's gonna be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say yes. I would say yes, but I would say yes because
borderline.
The stats are there. I mean, they're not fully there, obviously, because he's only 29, and it could be a lot better. He didn't hit 300 homers yet, but he was the LeBron of baseball, man. Like everybody knew his name when he was 17 years old,
That's
and it was
insane.
like this guy is the next everything. Like he is the superstar, and bro, everyone knew him, and he lived up to the hype. Like he comes up and he wins Rookie of the Year, he wins MVP. And then he goes on, he wins the home run derby. Like he comes to Philly, he's getting shouted out, overpaid, and he shoves it in your face and wins a fucking MVP. And he carries this dog shit team as much as he can. It was like watching Bryce since he was in Philly has been a blessing. It really has been a dream, man. We've been blessed that he chose Philly. Thank God that nobody was paying him, man. Thank God nobody wanted to pay him. Woo!
Literally, when I saw that John Hammond report, literally a moment I'll never forget, maybe the best moment of my life. I told you,
it's still my Twitter header.
I think I might have told you before. In my yearbook for when I graduated, my senior quote was Bryce to the Phillies per John Heyman. That was my graduation quote. It's in the yearbook forever, and whenever someone has it, it's there forever. You know what I mean?
I remember Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I love it. But we're already at the 53-minute mark.
Long show today.
Yeah, honestly, we just kept on rolling.
I didn't expect it.
Hey, we just haven't been back in a while. We had a lot to talk about, and still will have a lot more to talk about. George, give us one more final Phillies update. What's going on in the game right now?
We got a 1-1 ball game in the 6th. The best hitter on the team, Didi Gregorius, is up. So yeah,
gotta love it.
Let's man, like our freaking title says, dear Phillies, thank you. Please beat the Marlins, though. Please. Because if we don't beat the Marlins, it's gonna go right back to same old Phils. I don't want to hear that. I need you to take 2 or 3, and I need this to come on, wrap it up. 2 or 3. If we beat Sandy tonight, it's a wrap. If we win tonight's game, we will win 2 or 3. So just get it done. All right. It's easy. It's simple.
Yep. Thank you guys all for listening. Thank you guys for the support. We will be back very shortly. Make sure you follow us on Twitter for more updates. Follow me at jhorth11 on Twitter. Follow George at _George Ryder on Twitter. Make sure you're following at DSM Media. We are presented by Manscaped. So much more stuff going on. I know after the game, El Parsaro is going live for a game recaps. Make sure you guys are tuned in. Again, shows we have 7 days a week here at DSM Media. So very excited to be back. Me and George will stay being on a roll. But thank you guys all for listening. And George, I think we're going to end it with Go Phils, baby.
Go Phils.